Happy Halloween, all you peeps out there in the bird world. Oh, it's okay. We are here to bring you a spooky but ultimately family-friendly Halloween story. So come gather around our witchy cauldron. We have popcorn, birdie treats, and some bones, and some battery-operated candles to make this look awesome. She won't wear her witch hat. We tried. We'll try in another year, but that's her costume. So she's going as a Cockatoo witch for Halloween. Okay, so we promised you guys when we had to cut our pumpkins for Parrots videos down for size that we were so disappointed we had to leave the best part of the whole story out when we were cooking the squash, and we said that it was a celebrity recipe. It was a famous recipe from somebody that I got to meet long ago. So we are going to share that story with you tonight. So we told you guys in that video that, oh no, the screen is going to be all off. Anyhow, that's Linda Blair, who was the actress in The Exorcist, and that is the scariest thing about this whole story, is like, when I was a kid, I really loved horror movies, so getting to meet one of my favorite actresses of all time that made one of the greatest films of all time, but the scariest film of all time, that was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So basically the story goes like this. We heard through a friend, because at the time we did not have internet. Oh, you can't run away. You have to be around the cauldron for the story. Oh my gosh, and you just spilled all your treats all over. Okay, let's come back here and do it the right way. Okay, anyway, so basically we heard through a friend that Linda Blair was going to be in town promoting her new vegan cookbook called Going Vegan, and talking about her World Heart Foundation, her animal rescue. And at the time, we were doing rescue, just a different kind. We weren't doing birds at that time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to go meet her. Like, I love her, and she loves animals. I love animals. Let's go. And so basically, the meeting was at the only store in town that carried, like, you know, like, say you're looking for that obscure director's cut copy of The Exorcist. This is the store that would have that. And they also had, like, a lot of, like, Hollywood set stuff there. So it was kind of a fun place to go, because they had, like, the biggest collection of horror movies. I love this place. It was a perfect place for her to do an autograph signing. So we went, and when we got there, there was a big, huge line that twisted all the way, like, around the store multiple times. And I decided that we were going to be at the very back of the line, which at the time irritated my friend. But I had a reason for that, because I wanted to be the last person that at the end, I had one of my rescue animals with me that day, so I decided to take him in to meet her, and the store had given us permission to do that because they knew she was promoting her rescue. And our rescue pet and Linda Blair became good friends by the end of the day. Anyway, she, you know, I didn't know she'd be able to take the time after the signing to talk rescue with us, but she did. She spent, like, I don't know, like 45 minutes with us, just chatting after the signing, playing with our animals, showing us pictures of her animal rescue that she had just started. Yeah, she did. Fly Honey was just shaking her head like, no way, how cool is that? And she did autographs for us, but she also happened to carry around autographs of her two dogs that she had at the time. I think they were her personal dogs, not, but they probably were rescues. I don't know. Was Linda, was Missy a rescue? Anyway, we still have pictures of Linda Blair and her rescue dogs in a photo album somewhere, and her autographed cookbook, because at the time I was vegan, and was really excited to try some of her recipes, and that is where we got the squash recipe, when we got to talking to her about, after I asked her all the Exorcist questions that I have had since childhood, which she gave me the most surprising answers to, like when I asked her if it was like a traumatic role for, you know, she was in like 7th grade, I think, to be doing. She said that it wasn't the psychological effects of doing the film that was hard, but it was an injury she got while filming that scene where she is going back and forth when she's possessed. I'm not going to say anything else about it because we don't want to scare children. But anyway, she injured her back, and it took her a long, long time to heal from that. And during that time, she was also working on, I believe she said, her 7th grade science project, which was raising baby chicks. And so, I mean, she was literally like showing us pictures of this stuff, and I'm, oh, how sweet. There's Linda Blair, like when she's not on set one day and she's playing with her chickens. You know, obviously she was an animal lover her whole life, so we kind of bonded on that. And then I think I talked to her via email shortly after that, and got her rescue links. And the time, the internet wasn't like it is today. It was like the old school dial-up internet, so not that great. But I do believe we shared it with everyone we knew, because we knew she had just been starting this. It was a passion project. We wanted to support her doing that. And she had been so nice. Like, she took pictures of us with our rescue animals and like thanked us for what we do for animals, which obviously when you're meeting your childhood hero and she says that to you, it's like the biggest compliment you could ever get from someone. And that's probably why I kept doing rescue. Well, not because of her. I just love animals, period. But talk about something to keep you going with helping animals is when your childhood hero says thank you for what you do for animals, and you know they mean it. You know, so it was kind of, in a way, it was like one of the coolest days of my life. So